produce in Nigeria is not even enough for what we need. What do we need to do about that? We need micro industries, different homes. Do you know with less than 100,000, somebody can be processing tomato, turn it into paste, or dry it, grind it, package it. Now that tomato is cheap, in another 3 weeks, tomato will be very expensive. The same basket you are buying for 6,000, you get to be buying for like 18,000. Now that tomato is cheap, what are we doing to it? We are leaving it to waste when we should be processing it. Now that we will not get food to import into Nigeria again, we need to think processing, processing, processing. And as small as possible, whatever level of processing anyone can be involved with, I'm advocating for that now. Go into processing. We need to have a policy whereby every home must produce a minimum of 20% of what they eat in that house. Technology has been in place and makes it very easy to grow food in a limited space of time. When we started hydroponics technology, most people don't grow tomato in the southwest. Tomato majorly and some vegetables are grown in the north, and some are imported into Nigeria. But I discovered that with this technology, what we need 1.5 plots. Yes, I may need to spend money to build a greenhouse, to put some systems in place, but I can do it on a half plot of land. What that means is I don't need so many people to manage the system. I can monitor it well, and then I can grow all year round, because in that system, you can get to extend the season. This is what we need to start thinking about now. In the last 2 weeks, most oil guys are taking agriculture now because they need where to bring money into. For anyone that owns an agricultural land, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? So that's another area. Agro parks. I was hearing when you were talking about the 10,000 hectares of land. Man, that is huge. On that land, a lot can be done. A lot can be done. One major thing we have lacked is organization.
We need your consultancy. You said you don't have time for us. You only consult for governments now. So
you're not serious. You're not serious. No. No. Why won't I have your time? If I don't have your time, whose time will I have? We have your time, sir. Sincerely, a lot can be on that land. And I want to advocate for cluster farms. Cluster farm. We need to bring people together. My 12 market in Lagos is the largest food and vegetable market in the entire West Africa. Every day, a minimum of 600 million naira is traded on food daily in my 12. Every single day. So that tells you close to 2 billion on just vegetables. I'm not talking about beef and some other things, just vegetables, tomato, pepper, and all those things. On a daily basis, 600 million. Where is that money going to? So we need cluster farms around where people can come together. Imagine on just 10 hectares of land close to Lagos, you can grow the quantity of tomato in a controlled environment on the same size of land that you will need about 2,000 hectares to grow. Why? Because you are controlling the environment and the market is there. So you don't need to travel far. You are very close to the market. We need to take advantage of that. You get what I'm trying to say? We need to bring technology to farming. I tell people something. I said, go all over the world. Have you seen any country that is food, how will I put it, secured, that is not doing high-tech farming? Enough of saying our people are not exposed. If we keep saying our people are not exposed, what we will keep doing is exporting our jobs. You get what I'm saying? And importing unemployment. Agriculture employs 60% of our population. And many of these people are now growing old. The young people are coming in now, young people with brain, young people with good intellect, with ideas. We need to make it attractive for them to be part of it. I tell people, crop does not need rain. What crop needs is water. The era of rain-fed agriculture has gone. We cannot wait for rain to come. We need to think irrigation. You get what I'm saying? In Nigeria, people take seed from fruit. The moment you harvest, you first separate your seed. Other part of the world, seed production is separate. That's what some people focus on. So what does that mean? It means when you keep taking seed from fruit, you keep reducing the quality of your seed. In biology, we call it first filial generation, second filial generation, third filial, F6, F10. Our seeds in Nigeria are like F500 because it's been coming from several generations of the same thing. While the West are doing what we call F1, F1, F1. You understand? So we need to think quality seed breeding. Quality seed breeding. Let me tell you something about seed business. In 2016, I was on my way to Abuja. I sat with somebody in the plane and he was putting finishing touches to his presentation on the laptop. So I was, will I say, eavesdropping. So somehow he saw that I was interested in what he was doing and we got introduced to ourselves, we got talking. I told him he was going to do a presentation to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. And we got talking about seed. And he showed me a particular data. Now look at it this way. As at 2014, 2015, let me just pick maize. Give you a very simple figure. Let's assume the maize seed that was required in Nigeria then was just about, let's just say 1 million kilogram. 1 million kilogram of maize seed. That's in the whole of Nigeria in 2015. By 2016, seed demand for maize rose by about 1,000% within 1 year. That was the year everybody started shouting agriculture, agriculture. You get what I'm saying? So from 1 million kg of seed, you now need about 10 million kg of seed. Just an idea. There is no company in the entire world that prepared for that. Yet they want to make money. So what happened was they just flushed in any type of seed into the Nigerian market and packaged it as what people were looking for. So since that year, it's only 10% of whatever seed you buy that actually meets the standard that is said to be on the label or that the seed should give. Our seed requirement is so huge that there's no seed company anywhere in the world that can meet up as I'm still talking with you. Yet people are not going into seed production in Nigeria. Seed production is a major industry. Go to Thailand. So companies are moving to Thailand to breed seed to send to us here because the market is huge. Our people are not going into that industry. We need good quality seed. We must think feeding ourselves. We are actually supposed to be feeding the entire world. So, and if we are not doing that, what do we need to do? Feed ourselves. And it starts with seed. We need quality seed. And we are not producing it. Now that seeds will not come in, or very limited amount of seed will come into Nigeria. As I talk to you now, seeds are very scarce. If you are a big producer of crop, you go to your merchant, they don't have seed stock because ships are not moving again. Planes are not flying in with seed. If we don't start thinking seed production, there will be a major problem. What area? You can set up a farm just to produce seed, strictly seed production. It's a big field. And what are the seeds that we are talking about? seeds that currently we have comparative advantage on. We are about the largest exporter of sesame, and we are not making so much money from it. We just export our seed. Look at what we call Zobo, hibiscus. Nigeria exports so much hibiscus. The same hibiscus is turned into food grade coloring and so many things imported back here. So what we sell for 10 naira, we get to buy for 200 naira. You can imagine. So these are areas that every individual must focus on post-COVID if we are thinking agriculture. The next area is trees. Trees, trees, trees. Where people make mistakes is, we like instant gratification. Who will wait for cashew? Who will wait for cocoa? Who will wait for avocado? Who will wait? Who will wait for coconut? You'll be amazed how much we can make from coconut plantation. In 3 years, an hybrid coconut will start fruiting. Currently now, a liter of coconut oil, it's an average of 7,000 naira.
Need a professional logo for your brand? I've used the new Wix Logo Maker to create one for my startup. I'll show you how. First, go to Wix Logo Maker. To start, I'm gonna type the name of our startup. Then I'll add
7,000 naira is more than what a barrel of crude is selling for as we talk. You can imagine that 1 liter, 7,000 naira. And the beautiful part is every household not cold press. How much? With ₦1 million, you can set up a coconut processing plant, mini one, industrial, with ₦2 million, industrial, and be pressing coconut. But the question is, where will we get coconut from? You'll be amazed that we don't have enough coconut in Nigeria. The whole of Badagry, you think coconut is there. Coconut is there. One of the raw material we use in soilless farming is called cocoa peat. That's flesh of coconut when you cut it. Some people call it cocoa core. We were trying to set up a factory and we need a feasibility. Where can we get enough raw material? There is none in Nigeria. That's when I discovered that most of the coconut oil producing factories along Badagry import coconut from as far as Togo, as far as Ghana, into this country. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine that? And that is a huge crop. From that coconut, we can get coconut peat, we can get panel doors, we can get flush doors. That's just from the waste material. We now talk of coconut powder. It's an healthy food. That's what you have left when you have extracted oil from the same coconut, when you are doing sort of cold press. We now have the oil. The oil can now be used for so many things. So you can make so much more. Now, what will it take a country like ours to say, okay, for the next 2 years, we want to grow 500 million coconut trees? So what am I saying? Every one of us should think coconut. A coconut seedling is no more than 500 naira. If you have 100, you can plant like 100 on 1 acre, 100 to 150 on 1 acre of land. One coconut tree can give you up to 200 fruit every year at an average of 50 naira per fruit. Imagine 200 times 150 times 50 naira. That's a passive income that somebody can be making from coconut. The same thing, trees like avocado. There's a particular species of avocado called As avocado. Within 3 years, As avocado will start fruiting. It's a big export crop. I mean huge. We have a good land to support such crop. Even look at cocoa. We now have a cocoa breed that produces in just over a year. Less than 2 years, is fruiting already. Fruiting. Nigeria used to be the largest producer of cocoa. Not again. Not again. We now, even when we produce, we sell our raw material. We just sell the cocoa. We export it. And it's turned to finished goods. In 2016, Mars, Cadbury, Nestle, some of these chocolate companies purchased cocoa worth about $4 billion from Africa. It was shipped to Europe. They spent about $6 billion to process it into beverages, into chocolate, and so many things. That year, the company's turnover was about 60 billion US dollars. Can you imagine Cote d'Ivoire, the highest producer of coconut in the world, Ghana, Nigeria, and some few countries are celebrating $4 billion earning from cocoa? The same cocoa that the company that bought it have done a turnover of 60 billion. Why? Because they process it. So I'm seeing a future whereby post-COVID, we shouldn't talk of selling any raw material again. A lot of people need to come into agriculture as processors, strictly value chain investors, strictly, not to sell cocoa. It's a waste of time to be selling your raw material. Every country all over the world that sells raw material don't move beyond. If you know this vegetable oil, it's called King's. There's another one called Turkey. You see Turkey on the bottle and the container. Those vegetable oil are actually bleached deodorized palm oil from Malaysia and Indonesia. Bleached deodorized palm oil. And to think of it, Malaysia used to learn how to grow coconut, oil palm from Nigeria. So when we talk coconut, we talk oil palm. The entire Niger Delta. You will imagine if you are flying into Port Harcourt, Calabar, all those countries. Can you see the vast oil palm plantation you'll be flying over? They have been planted since their production had gone down. We don't have any strategy to uproot and replant and then focus strictly on their processing. So these are key to our post-COVID breakthrough as a country and as individuals. If anyone is thinking agriculture, my thought and what I want to tell you is just think processing. Processing, processing, processing. Generationally, we should think trees. One of the richest farmers in Nigeria has a policy, plant 100 trees every year for 30 years. 100 trees every month for 30 years. It started around 1980. You can imagine, and it specifically is into cashew. Imagine the amount is the highest cashew individual exporter in Nigeria today. 100 cashew tree every year. He started it as a civil servant. How much is a cashew seedling? Maybe 200 naira, 150. So imagine you are planting 100 every year. You don't need to do something staggering. You don't. Agriculture is so sweet that you can start small. What it needs is consistency and then an amount of commitment that is given to it. You start small and you grow, you'll be so shocked at what will come in another 5 years, 10 years. Now, our people are already thinking survival.
Whoa,
and most people
we have to put together another seminar for this. Guys, are you blown away like I am? Where do you live? I need to send someone to come and kidnap you now, because this is crazy. This is crazy. So what have we been doing in this country? What have we been doing?
Nothing. We have not been doing anything. We have not been doing
anything. I wish we have more time. But we're doing a panel session. Is it tomorrow for agriculture? Yeah. What time? Okay, so 9 a.m. tomorrow, can we have you for the panel session on agriculture? So we'll do a lot of Q&A for the next session. But guys, if you've had a great time, can you type great time, great time, great time? But I want to pick you up on some of this processing thing. I have a lot of investors willing to invest with me in the agricultural sector. So if you are able to, make this happen in terms of this processing thing we're talking about, in terms of where do we get a machine to process, one thing we have is real estate. So to build warehouses across won't be an issue, right? To build processing factories won't be an issue, whether in Lekki, at least for estate in Lekki, Ikorodu, Aton, so we can make this happen, if and I know I can raise the investment
in the past few years, and if you want to grow your brand in 2019,
really
it's even more important to use. And in this video, I'm giving you 10 tips on how to host an epic live stream so you can grow your brand and biz online. Let's get started.
Says this is a great time. I mean, people from all over the world.
Hello brand builders, and welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, my name is Nadine Liverpool, and I'm an online branding and marketing strategist that is here to help you build, grow, and monetize your brand online. So if there's something you want to learn more about, consider subscribing and make sure to click the bell to join the notification. Okay, in this video,
if you like, don't take action on what this man has said. That's your own business.
Facebook or on Instagram, but these rules can hide.
Right?
Okay, so the first tip is you need a compelling title. Now your title tells an Instagram followers
but how do people reach
you? So for instance, if you want to start going live at least once a week, make sure to choose a day before you go live.
Okay guys, so the first thing that I do is I create social media graphics in Canva. Now Now don't let not having professional pictures done hold you back from creating graphics, okay? You can create generic graphics in Canva.
34, okay, use that number 0034079631.
Awesome. Please can you call the number again? And can some of you help us type the number because people are struggling to hear you? Can you call the number again?
Okay, 080340796.
Noboom.com is a great way to get the best premium plugins for WordPress and WooCommerce at huge discounts. You can visit
noboom.com.
In this video, we're going to run through exactly how to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time.
Thank you so much
for
YouTube,
this. Facebook, Twitch, or
we're so grateful. I wish we have more time, but tomorrow morning 9 a.m. we're going to be having you back. You're the first set of speakers for the panel session.
In this OBS Studio tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make your live streams look awesome. And we're starting right now. What is going on? My name is Nick. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel
awesome.
and make it into something like this where you can have chat on it, to where you can do like video transitions and things like that. You can also do it to where you add tickers, or you have like a little sidebar where you're doing like a split screen, and you can transfer everything back and forth. Super easy, and it can be cool with the transitions as well. Of course, you wouldn't want to use transitions as heavy as I just did, but I'm just showing you the example of what it is that I'm going to be showing. So the first thing that we do in order to get all of this stuff rolling is we need to go up to the scene selection or scene collection and select new, and it's going to blank everything out. As soon as I do this, it's going to remove my webcam, so I'm going to add that in as well.
Instagram. Steven on Instagram. Go join me right now.
Demo.
We are going live on Instagram.
And as you can see, it took away my webcam, so I'm going to go ahead and add that by adding a capture device. I'm just going to call that webcam. And that'll get us taken care of there. Now, as you can see, when it first came on, it's really zoomed in and blown up. And on yours, if you see it and it comes in like this, all you have to do to fix that is you just change the resolution down here to custom, and then you change it to the actual frame size that you're going to be going out at. In my case, it's 1920 by 1080, and then I hit OK, and then as you can see, it brings everything, you know, to the normal ratio. So once I have that in place, this is going to be my blank starting point. So once I have that in place, I'm going to go down to my scenes down here in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and I'm going to choose rename. And then for this one, I'm just going to change this to main plane. And then that tells me anytime I click on this, anytime I transition to this, no matter what, it's just going to be a plain thing that's happening, just me right here on the screen. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to build onto this. So I'm going to duplicate it here. I'm going to right click on main plane and I'm going to hit duplicate. And then I'm going to do main with a ticker. And then what that gives me the ability to do is add additional sources over here. So I have one scene here that nothing else is going to be on. And then this one here is going to be all of the ticker graphics to make the actual ticker that goes along the bottom of the screen. So here I'm going to click plus, I'm going to image. I'm going to do ticker BG for ticker background.
Where you're joining us
and
from.
when I do that, it's going to ask me where the file is. So here I'm going to click on ticker BG, hit OK, and then there you can see this graphic that is now showing up at the bottom of my screen. Now, how this is going to work is it's going to be this graphic, and then I'm going to have a layer of text, and then after that layer of text, I'm going to have a covering graphic. So the next thing to do is I'm going to hit plus, and then I'm going to add that covering graphic right to ticker, and I'm going to grab this. Now, as you can see right here, when I pull this in, if you look at this little area right here, you can see it's transparent. Okay, so basically what's happening here is this is going to allow the text to show up, to appear behind this and disappear into this side as well while keeping the Buddy logo in there. So I'm going to hit OK. Now with this, just so you know what's going on, is all of the stuff that I'm showing you right now, I actually built this for TubeBuddy. I do there. So if you want to learn even more YouTube stuff, I'm going to put a link to the TubeBuddy channel. So you can definitely head over to it because me and other YouTube experts are over there, you know, sharing information to help you grow your channels as well. The next thing we want to do is I'm going to actually click on the little lock icon for all three of these. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm going to text it around once I get it in here. So if I have these locked, then I can click anywhere on the screen, move anything that I want, and nothing is going to be selected or moved. So it's just kind of like fails. Click on plus, and then I'm going to go to text. And then here, I'm just going to make sure it's text. And then here, I'm going to put in just anything for the sake of demo. And then once I have what it is that I'm going to be saying in the text, you can see it right up here at the top. You can see it's kind of small. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into select font, and in this case, I'm actually going to find the font that I was using. This is a really cool thing about OBS, is it lets you select different fonts, so you can make sure that you know things are matching up to your branding and all of that. So I'm going to select a different font. I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to click OK on this as well. Once I have that in place, then I can grab the text and I can bring it down. Now, as you can see, it's really small right now. So on a mobile device, this would be pretty much impossible to read. So I'm going to grab one of these corners and I'm just going to start moving it. And as you can see, it's going to skip.
Yes, that's the fun of it. I love your tribal mark. Thank you. I also love your accent too. But all right. Okay. Yes. So today, can you introduce to us who you are and what you're here to speak on?
Okay, so I'm here to talk about, I think, entertainment and, well, the film and entertainment industry is what the topic is about today. And yeah, I really love that topic because I really like to talk about it. So, but my question is, am I going to be speaking? I just need to know because I was on a platform yesterday and I wasn't allowed to speak English and it was really difficult. So now, yeah, we're gonna have fun. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's about it, actually. Oh, no, and my AKA is Iyabado. In case you're wondering why people are calling me Iyabado, that's my stage name. But I already said, told you my name.
Yes, ma'am. So, Iyabado, you've been in the movie industry for how many years?
So I've been in the film industry here in Canada because I went to school here in Canada. If I was to say that from in Nigeria, I only started shooting 2 years ago. I shot two Nollywood film 2 years ago, and I produced my film. I wouldn't say I've actually been in the Nollywood industry because I really don't see myself as a part of them yet. But here in Canada, I could say yes, I'm a member.
All right, that's brilliant. I'm happy for you. So people say things like, Nollywood. So
actually, the response was really, really, really awesome. And the first one that I took part in, which is Motherhood, I saw the way people came out and they watched it, although it's not my production, but I was just featured in it. And the second one I featured in was a Benin film, actually. It was shot here in Canada and also in Nigeria, and the response has been great. But if I should talk about my party, and so far so good, it's been awesome because people have to register, pay to view on the platform. And yeah, it was really nice, and people have actually gone out and saw it, and some people actually commented, left comments, and personally sent me congratulatory messages and all of that. And the love was actually so real because I wasn't expecting it. It was my film, and I thought I was a guinea pig in it because I didn't really expect what I was getting. But it was really awesome. And the second and third one is not released yet. So I'm also, hoping that people are going to, accept it just how they accepted the first one that I produced myself.
Movie, and the guy was a writer. And his movie has not been produced yet. People just read it, and there were lots of critics here and there. People just say, I beg, it's the same story every time. One didn't give us a new story. What's up now? That kind of thing. How do you handle critics?
In the film industry, or if we're talking about comedy, because I'm in. So critics, I feel like, yeah, I feel like critics is a normal thing. It only can make you better, or it can only break you if you're an amateur. And
I like that.
So basically, yeah, I don't take anything personal. My life is very open. I don't tell people I'm this, that I'm not. So before you can criticize me, you must be an idiot. I'm sorry to say that, but for you to say anything bad about me, get past my skin. I ain't built like that at all. So yeah, just because I know that it comes with what we do, either positive or negative, people have to say something. So that makes you go far in life, and that's what I've seen in the industry. There's always going to be something to be said, and there's no story that has not been written. All we're doing is recycling stories. There's no new stories anywhere. Whatever you want to talk, even if you're shooting a life story, your life history has happened. Stories are going to be almost the same, but if you're
did you come up with the brand? Yabadon, the tribal mark concept, and oh Jesus, your Yoruba is so conk when you use it. Engaged before or more, but I started seeing your Elmo Bado came in and Blue, and then maybe you came back again. So what's your relationship, the two of you? But more importantly, I wanted to know, how did you come up with the concept? In fact, it took me long before I saw you without your tribal mark. I used to think the tribal mark was real. And I'm talking about, I think 5 years ago or something.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
sure.
right.
So before I now later saw that wasn't real, I said, oh, this is fine blue peoples. Like,
with someone whom I'm really close to in the industry, a person known by Tony Abram, used to be Tony Ayamako. So she was doing a concept on her Instagram live that time. I'm talking about 2015 early. So she was gonna play the film. She was gonna create the film Iya Ibadan titled. So she was like, oh, she wants people to come out and do skits and talk, speaking that dialect and all of that. And I was just like, you know what, I'm moment, and I'm not going to go to Nigeria at that moment. So I took a chance. I just created something, and it happens to be really funny. Where the accent came from was me just mimicking my friends who are from Ibadan, watching, Sonyeri's likes and Camilo Compo kind of act. And people were like, oh, I'm rooting for her. She won. And I was like, and she was like, oh, calm down, people. She's not really contesting and all of that. So I did that video. That video went by, and people started sending me inbox, like, please continue doing video. It's really funny. We've never heard that before. And that time, I just did a live video with my Travel Max, and people were bashing me, like, stop it. We don't talk like this. We don't wear this mark, this and this and that. Like I said, it doesn't really get to me. I really don't care what people say. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it even more funnier. I'm going to come back with You Fight Lion. So I came back with You Fight Lion. And they're like, Jesus, no, we don't look that horrible in Ibadan. This is not a Ibadan. Oh, God, sit down, Ibadan. Oh, my God. So I continued doing my video, and someone from Madrid in Spain contacted me, and she's like, oh, I want you to host my daughter's birthday party as Iya Ibadan. I'm like, I did my comedy. I did the hosting of the party, and it was really, really received well, and people liked it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to continue doing this. And yes, you're right. At the moment, I slowed down a little bit. Not because I had Omo Ibadan, but because life happens. I have a child that I needed to concentrate on that time. So I took like a break from, filming and, skating and everything. So I was like, you know what? Don't be like me. You don't really have to be known with rubbish tribal mark. You are already funny. You don't need to look like a cat before you look funny. So she's like, okay, thank you. And then she continued doing it. And now today she's where she is. And I'm going to shock you. We did a film together last year, which is coming. It's titled Last Card. It was her and me in it. That's how close we are. And yeah, I'm a lover of her. I'm a #1 fan on both sides. Well, on my side. But I know on both sides too, because she's a nice girl too. So yeah, we're cool.
All right. So I'm also a very beautiful fan, a very good fan of Tony Abraham. Right from what she said, Alakada Reloaded. And like this whole COVID-19 thing really annoyed me because I already had my ticket to go and watch the latest one where Brother Shaggy and all of them are. And then next thing you just hear is, everybody stay in your house. It was really frustrating.
I was supposed to be in Nigeria for it too. I was supposed to come down to Nigeria for that red carpet.
Wow.
God knows.
And I even felt like DMing her and asking her, so if you can help me DM her, ask her how far. Is it going to be on Netflix or is it going to be on anywhere that? All right. So what advice do you have to people that, like now, everybody knows that if you actually want to blow, Instagram is the place. Like there were 3 guys, they were singing in the car, they were doing like a car mashup. Mofe, Mr. Sibon, they were doing a car mashup and they were singing, putting different songs there, and it was so beautiful. And I just went to Mofe's page because he was my favorite. And I was like, I just like his picture. Before you know, he followed me. And I followed him back. I even DM'd him because I was like, you're my best out of everybody, blah, blah, blah. That time he was on K. And that was it. And then they had to start doing more skits. Yeah, that's how they started blowing. Before you know it, the other day I saw them on TV. That was just last week. I mean, like, they just blew so much. So what's your advice to people? Because so many people are now saying they want to do skits, even when they are not funny. I know that it's a good thing to attempt, it's a good thing to try. But when you see that you're not succeeding in this thing, because you just feel people are looking for an easy way to it. They think it's easy. They don't know that Salma actually edits her videos, put those things together. Same with Maraji, Brother Shaggy, the rest of them, and they have to be consistent. Mr. Macaroni, on, you are doing well. What's kind of thing? It's a consistent process. People don't know that, and they're not even ready to work hard. People are looking for easy way to success. So, what is your advice to youths that want to enter the movie out there?
Well, to my best knowledge, first of all, I'm gonna put a little light on when you start and you think like, oh, I haven't, people don't know me, I'm not popular and all those things. My advice to you is, if you're in that shoes, this is what I tell people, and sometimes it sounds corny, but I'm a lover of, direct and straightforward type of advice. My advice to you is 2 things. What is your aim behind starting? Do you want to make money? It's 2 things. Some people aren't popular on Instagram, but in the real world, they are popular. So if you just want to be Instagram popular, then you might want to, keep doing what they're doing, and don't expect to have followers in a day. When you start, people relent. In as much as you have at the back of your mind, there's a reason for you to be doing what you're doing. You should keep doing it. And don't think that today, because you want Tunde Ed not to post you to follow you yet, you're gonna give up. It doesn't. I don't have much follower. I don't think I have much follower, and I was just, making a joke about it yesterday. When you're the type that wants to speak truth, people will not take it. But then my advice is just keep doing what you're doing. Have at the back of your mind, there's a reason for you to do it, and keep to that notion, and don't relent. And don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't say that, I started when Lagbaja started. Oh, that person have blown me, I have not blown. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't even know different, and some are really demanding. So don't give all your life to Instagram. What happens when Instagram is not there tomorrow? Just keep doing you. Give out good content. It doesn't matter if people don't like it. Just be true to yourself and just keep working. And if that's your passion, if it's your calling, you will be there. You will be relevant even when you don't have followers.
I'm going to ask you the pains of the Nigerian movie industry. What do you go through? What's the pain?
Okay, I'm gonna speak from a third person's perspective. They know me already that I'm always bashing this industry and they probably don't like me, but hey, I don't care. For me, to be honest, there's no to be candid, there's not much pains for me because Nigeria, Olowo Laye Mo, when you have money, you will thread on anybody's call. So for me, as a producer, paying you, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be proud, and I'm gonna now put myself in a third person's perspective on the street, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, what I've witnessed. The industry, it's a who you know thing. When you know the key people doing this, you have to lobby. You have to lobby type of thing, which is really sad. Go key into, and not just knowing who to go and key in onto, but painful. I'm gonna give you an instance. A really good actor has a script, perfect for the role, but has to go and do something for the producer or whoever the casting, director is. That is painful. So those are the things that I feel like I have actually experienced. My own type of pain is when I pay you to do my job and it's not getting done. That is the pain that I would say I'm graphic designers. You pay these people and they still make you wait forever. Like 1 year, you're still waiting for editor to finish your content. That's really painful and it's really annoying, and that's really common in Nigeria. People take your money. I wish I can swear right now because I'm going through that right now. You pay people your money and they take more than they can chew. They take more than they can chew. They want to collect 20 jobs at the same time, but they're not able to
it's just rebuting.
So that is really my pain in the industry. Apart from that, I haven't actually physically or emotionally experienced direct pain. No, apart from all this next behind the door kind of people. But hey, yeah, there is pain. I'm not even gonna shy away from it.
A couple of comments here. Live come done and Debo.
Yeah, come and do Debo.
Okay, you have come and you guys do. You have come and do Debo. Yeah. Okay.
No, he meant I come and do Debo.
Yeah, this nature says, I like the way you speak, right? Is that Canadian accent or a British accent? So Isha likes the accent. Yeah.
I know. I think the network is frustrating.
What is the source of the Ibadan accent? It's like there's a way. Is it family thing? Is it?
Don't want to go at all. So
we're having an issue with your network.
My forefathers.
We're having an issue with your network.
Is it my network or you guys?
I think it's from your end, guys. If you can see us,
it's not my network. I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself. It's
if you guys can see those of us in Nigeria, well, just type good Nigeria network. If it's Canada Network that is not working, just say bad Canada Network.
Yeah, let's vote.
Let's settle this score right now. Okay, if it's from my end, just type bad Canada Network. If it's not from my end, getting better now. Yeah, it's better. So go ahead. The
accent.
You know, yeah, and the abuse. Oh, Jehovah, it's crazy.
I am originally, my parents. Well, my dad is from Ogun State, and my mom is from Lagos State. So I have no link to Ibadan at all. I'm gonna tell you that I only learned it. I learned it in Sonyeri. Actually, Sonyeri in particular, I learned from him. And when Murphy Afolabi, and when I started, I just copied these people, and I but I don't have a costume, and I said that the accent is my costume and the tribal mark is my costume. So I really don't have. I can wear anything so long I'm wearing a tribal mark. I'm already Yabada. So yeah, that's where that came from. It's a learned act that I'm, using. It's not genetics at all.
So you can see the vote is out, the jury is out.
It's not mine.
Good Nigeria Network, bad Canada Network. It's a lie. Good Nigeria Yeah. So it's from your end. You have.
Well, I had to switch. I switched from my data to my Wi-Fi. So I think that was.
Okay, guys. Wherever you're watching us from, whether on Facebook or here on Instagram, feel free to type any question for Yabado. Any question that you have for her, and we're going to take it right now. And what's the next step for you in visiting Canada one day? And I'm hoping that we'll be able to connect.
Sure.
But what's the next step? Do you want to? Is there a next level for you in this whole thing?
My level right now, I have already begun, is to producing films. Not just because I am doing stand-up. Actually, stand-up came branched out from me going to school professionally as an actor and other branches to it. So that's actually my level right now, producing film. And if anybody wants me in their film as well, I'm working on right now, just completely scripted. I'm supposed to have shot it, but yeah, COVID. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that's my level right now. Doing skits is just by the way for me. And I also produce events here in Canada. So I produce events, comedy events. I have something tagged All White Amalade. I do every year. We're supposed to do one this May ending, but I'm not sure we're gonna be able to do it, so we're gonna move it forward. So I produce a lot of events. I produce comedy events. I produce other events that I mentioned. So entertainment is where I am actually situated, either doing comedy or either doing film or either doing my production of events as well. And apart from that, I'm doing a lot of things too. Professionally, I'm actually I'm currently studying human rights and equity law and politics. So that's why I really don't have enough time to be online and be doing all those things, because I have a lot of things I'm doing. I'm a makeup artist professionally. I have a clothing brand. I have 2 children that I have to cater for. I'm a single parent. There's a lot of things I'm doing, and it's really stressful.
Amazing. Hoyinka I guess is your name, says,
Consola.
Consola says, are you a Muslim?
No, she's not.
Yes, then Teenager says, how do people react over there when they see your tribal mark?
Oh, it's actually funny. Doing something in school that day, and I actually appeared with my tribal mark, and my professors was just like, wow, what's going on? And I actually gave lecture as to what the tribal mark stands for, where it came from, and all of that. And it was really, really fun. They liked it, and people took pictures with me. I've went to the stores with it, and people were like, what is going on? And when they stare at me, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm born this way. And they're like, ooh. It looks scary. Even my daughter, anytime I put it on, my daughter will look at me and be like, Mom. And I'll be like,
Genre is satirical, and most comedians have been castigated for speaking up about the ills in the society. How do you advise aspiring comics to engage without being insensitive?
Well, in that field, I'm a number one person that does that. But you know how I actually bring it out in a very funny way. I will be talking about life issues, but I'm not going to be talking about it like I'm your mom. I'm going to be talking about it in a very funny way. And that takes you to the previous, that takes you to the skit that I posted yesterday. I was talking about giveaway and telling people about give out. And if you want to buy followers, I just tell them to sell themselves to you. I mean, it's easy, you know what I mean? Like, don't tell them, oh, come and tag 1 million of people you're gonna choose randomly, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have 5,000 comments and you're gonna choose 10 people. Are you kidding me? So if you wanna be a person like me, you need to first of all have this body armor that no insult can bother you.
Get true.
Insult yourself before they insult you. Before I insult person, me, I always insult myself first. I started the skit saying I want to buy real followers. That is just an ironic way of telling you that only rock way. You know what I mean? So find a way to express it in a funny way so people don't get too attached to it. And when they do, who cares? You already spoke your mind. Let it be. People will like you. You won't have enough follower like me. But hey, people that are real will really stick to you. That's how I say it.
All right. Someone said, what does it take to produce a movie? How can I partner with you?
It takes headache, heartache, liver pain, body aches, loss of voice. I'm not going to be able to work on the same energy level that I work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It takes enough cash, but you have to have a budget. When you have a budget and you have a project manager, you'll be fine. Apart from that, you have to be passionate about it. You just don't, like you just said now, I want to partner with you. I am passionate about the things that I produce. I am an extreme critic of myself. I critique myself to the point that when you now critique me, I'll know that, oh, I already said that. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot of that, and it takes money, because to produce a good film, substantial type of budget.
Someone says, let's talk about women in media and entertainment. Do you think women have evolved, and has the industry been fair enough? What else could be done for gender balance in this line of career?
Which country? Let's start from
Nigeria.
In Nigeria, forget about anything gender related. Don't bother yourself, because Nigeria is a country that loves culture, religion, tradition, and you cannot take that away from Nigeria. So you either be with them, join them, or you leave them alone. So gender, whatever that word is, forget it. Let's go back to the next one.
Exactly, but
it's a headache. You're wasting your time. If women are involved, yes, actually, women has actually evolved in the past years. We've seen women do great things, and we've seen the industry promote a lot of but there was a lot of hard work to it. They didn't just sit down at home and expect it to come. They fought for it, they worked for it, and they got it. So if I feel like that's being fair to say, but on the other hand, for those that are coming up, it's a lot of challenges. It's a give and take type of thing. It's a lobbying. So even the old ones don't want to come down. They want to be there. That's when you see an old woman starting to be like a primary 6 student. Duh, we have primary actors that you can put there. Why bring this old woman and come and dress her, put a Mickey Mouse on her head, and she will be looking like a joke. Nobody will take you seriously. Just go and get the child who can play that character properly. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So,
but if they've evolved, yes. But gender quality or whatever, or equality, because around the next.
Amazing. So, time is not our friend, so we need to start wrapping up. But you want to read something?
Yeah. Before we go, Miss Pat Obilo, I'm really sorry for addressing you as someone. So I'm so sorry for addressing you as someone, and I hope that has been resolved. Thank you.
Pat Obilo is a professional media practitioner, so she's sensitive. She's sensitive to words. If you are not so, Linda, you learn. So I would like to say, what's your advice to people? COVID-19, people are losing their jobs. What's your advice to people this tough season? And then the last question would be, what's your favorite comedy movie?
Comedy movie in Nigeria. Comedy movie. Comedy. Is it comedy? I don't know.
Yeah, comedy.
Do you watch Skinny Girl in Transit?
Is that a Nigerian film?
Yes, but it's very interesting.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Comedy film so far that I liked, I don't think it's comedy, but there's a little comic behind it. I watched. There's a lot. I don't know how to choose. There's a lot. A good comedy film I like, but I haven't seen any lately. So I don't know. COVID-19, people losing their jobs. It's all over the world. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm affected too. We're still on lockdown. We haven't been released yet. Well, if not, I might not be able to do this. But in Nigeria, my advice would be to be innovative. Sit down and think deep. What can you bring out? I always tell people, you can be self-employed and still work for somebody. That would be like your backbone. I have a lot of self-employment that I do on my own, and I still work for the government. So I feel like sit down and think of what you can produce. Think of what the masses are in need of in this COVID-19 season. People are talking about a lot of things: face mask, hand sanitizer, shield, and all of these things that you can actually be selling and you can actually produce. So I just think like it takes a lot of, isolation. When I'm isolated, that's when I think. When I'm around people, I lose my own training. Isolate yourself and think deep. What can I actually benefit from the pandemic? There's a lot of benefits. I have benefit from it. I am benefiting. Think of something you can do and that can benefit from it, and stay safe. That's very important.
Finally, send us home as the Ibadan now.
Yes.
In the Ibadan.
Wàhálà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tú mi lẹ̀ gbogbo èbó òun fẹ́ mọ yí lórí látòrò àwọn ayé lè bó